Okay, guys, the captain's coming. The captain's coming. It's been 3 long years. So now we need to go back to the island and help him get all the fortune. Okay? I am Captain Dictionary, and Captain Dr. Alchemist needs our help. Did you bronies? Okay? So make sure y'all do what I fucking said, and I won't tell him about it. Alright? You started. Shut up.
Hello, Captain Dictionary. How's it been? Now, do you have my men ready? I am Captain Dr. Alchemist. Captain Kuro's second cousin. Are you ready? Do you have all the guys ready? Are all my Black Cat pirates ready to get the fortune?
Yes. I got them all together.
Oh yeah, motherfuckers, get here now and take care of this! Sorry. Captain Dictionary, I totally understand your gripe. Now, Captain Dictionary, I need you to go on. Brainwash the girl. Tell her that I am the baby daddy. And make sure I get that fortune. And so when I take her out, I'll be rich. And the military won't know. And that Captain Morgan, that I crushed his jaw, is feeble. Who cares about him? But Captain Dictionary, handle everybody. And Black Hat Pirates, it's good to see everybody. And we're off. This is Dr. Alchemist, M.F.A, what the Neo Scholar, and we're here for another chapter review. One Piece chapter review, to be specific. And, you know, I had the camera set up for like the little skit, but I really enjoyed it, and having, you know, Dr. Dictionary in the shop was kind of cool. So I was like, you know, do you want to stay here while we do the chapter review this time, Dr. Dictionary? Yeah, I think he does. So we're just going to do it like this. I did all that without the light on. Alrighty. Alright, we're here. We are here for... Ready? We are here for chapter 37. Alright, we're coming along. I'm really happy to talk about this chapter. We get a little bit of flashback this time, and we get a really good fight between Captain Kuro and Luffy. This chapter 37 is called Captain Kuro of the 1,000 Plans. And we have a cover story, another one, part 3 of Buggy's adventure. Buggy's crew, after the battle, after Buggy has left Orange Town and his rowboat, right? Oh, chopstick. Alright, had to clear the shot. Alright, anyway. So, the first cover page story was Buggy in his chibi form, meaning just his head, his legs, like his feet, and his arms, and his neck. That's it. I don't know where his body's at the moment, but hey, we're not here. One Piece. So the first one, he's running away from the piranha sharks. The second one, it was Kaboji and Moji with Richie running away from the villagers. And now he has set sailed with actually a couple piranha sharks actually eating his ship, currently as we're speaking. And he's on an island running after a little chicken. Or is it a duck? It's a duck. He's trying to eat, guys, fork and knife. And then he actually ended up catching the duck and cooking it. And it looks really good, and he enjoyed it. So, the adventure continues with Buggy the Clown. Alright. We open up with the fight with Luffy and Captain Kuro. Captain Kuro is sitting there in his position like this, looking like Unohara from Bleach. And we have Luffy with his arm jet back. Okay, he's ready to do Gum Pistol. They're facing off. It's like the tumbleweeds from the old Westerners coming. And they're in the middle of the fields ready to go. Alright, go. Kuro runs and says, die. Luffy says, not today. And so Captain Kuro is trying to get the speed blitz on Luffy, but Luffy is quick. He pulls his arms back, flings it at Captain Kuro and grabs his arm. I don't know why Captain Kuro is running like this. Is not efficient. Yeah. Y'all anime guys that used to run like this in school is crazy. I don't know. People used to run like that in my high school. I was like, okay, that's weird. Like, you know, just whatever. Anyway, grabbed his arms quick enough. And as they're fighting, the Black Cat Pirates are like, oh, look, there they go. There go. And so as soon as Luffy grabbed on his arms and went in for like Mike Guy's dynamic kick, Captain Kuro flipped his arms like this to twist them. And Luffy's like, huh? And twists them and slams him on the ground. After Luffy hit the ground, he goes flying back. So as we see here, Luffy is actually really, really fast and really, really strong. We already know that. But Captain Kuro is insanely fast. But it's amazing that Luffy did get to jump on him, was able to get some contact with some grappling. But unfortunately, Kuro did kind of think outside the box and twisted him up and got him lost in that air when he was about to kick him. So that happened. As Luffy goes to hit the ground, as I thought he did, he grabs the ground at the last minute to flip, right? Kuro's like, impressive. And as he goes to grab the ground, Luffy, and Kuro's like, kind of like, he goes for Gum Gum Whip and slices his leg like that at Kuro, right? But you know, Captain Kuro is very quick. He jumps up like the Matrix and gets into his stance. I guess that's his battle stance. I don't know why he does that, but let's see what happens. As I thought, Luffy kicks, uses Gum Gum Whip. He jumps, dodges. Captain Kuro keeps getting in this stance, like this, like he's being crucified. And as soon as that happened, Luffy's able to recover, pull his arm out, and to use pistol. So he used whip and pistol right after, which is really good. So we know Luffy can do combos. This is the first time we've seen him use two named attacks at the same time. Well, in combination, in conjunction. So he uses whip, then he goes for pistol. And remember when I told you Captain Kuro is using this stance, right? The Uehara Bankai stance. As soon as that fist gets this close to him, pretty close, right? He disappears. I'm theorizing this is how he uses his extreme speed to say, or quick attack move. It's something about this position, maybe that relaxes him. I don't know what that's about, but okay. As soon as the fist almost gets to him, he disappears. The Black Cat Pirates are like, what? Oh my God. And then all you see is a close-up to Captain Kuro going like this, and Luffy's like, wait, hey. What, hey. And as we think that Captain Kuro, when he disappeared, because they only showed him just his head, he actually ended up on Luffy's arm. So that's how quick they're moving. Luffy's arm is still stretched out, or maybe coming back just a teensy bit. And Captain Kuro's on top of it. And he tells Luffy, you bored me, boy. And so now, the Black Cat Pirates are us. We're like, whoa. They're acting as the reader. He's standing on him. He's standing on his arm. And Captain Kuro is like, stupid child. And Luffy's like, oh, shoot. And goes to retract. And Captain Kuro is running full speed into Luffy. And goes to kick him right in his face. Could you imagine someone like, your arm is here, right? Well, over there. And somebody comes. Moonwalk. Boom. Okay? Kicks him right in the kisser. And Luffy goes flying all the way over there. Captain Kuro looks down. Actually, he kicks him down the hill. His straw hat goes flying. And Luffy's like, ow. Okay. Whew. Darn. I cut my lip. The Peanut Brigade. There you go. Peanut Brigade. which meaning the Black Hat Straw Pirates. The Black Hat Straw Pirates, the Black Hat Pirates. They're saying that Straw Hat Boy was supposed to be really tough. That's Captain Kuro for you. Don't you see Luffy is going with him? He just got caught. He's not understanding Kuro's skill set. But Kuro is learning Luffy's skill set very, very fast. And the Black Hat Pirate's like, murder! Murder! Hooray for Captain Kuro! And Captain Kuro's like, never call me by that name. And so that he yells at the Black Hat Pirates, never called me by that name. Wait, we thought you were Captain Kuro. So he only wants to be called Calidor, apparently. And Luffy's like, what? Kuro says, you still don't understand. My plan is to utterly do away with Captain Kuro and act like he never existed. It tired me. It tired me crafting 1,000 brilliant plans for slobbering fools with nothing but plunder on their minds. Talking about his crew. And what did my hard work win me? The entire Navy on my heels. Hunted by the Navy and spies and bounty hunters, I grew sick of the relentless harassment. So on that fateful day, 3 years ago, I decided I had to die. Oh, that day. Yeah, the incident. That's the Black Hat Pirates chiming in. But this is Kuro getting exposition to Luffy. And, go into the flashback. Lieutenant Django. Hey, what is it? Captain Kuro is calling you. Captain Kuro is here, just chilling in his office. And we get a title card. Captain Kuro of the 1,000 Plans, 3 years ago, before he met Kaya and the rest of them. Django, I'm leaving this ship. Huh? Right now? All of a sudden? What do you mean leave? This is your ship. You're the captain. So Django's having a conversation with Captain Kuro in the captain's office, and Django's just heard this news, like they're doing all this pillaging. Apparently the other crew members are not the brightest of ones. It's not like the Straw Hat Pirates. They're just aimlessly killing and pillaging, and Kuro's like, I'm a little more higher brow. I'm tired, like I'm making these plans, but maybe they're not following the plans. Maybe that's, Captain Kuro just wanted to just, of course be a pirate, but like be a smart pirate? Right now, all of a sudden, Captain, you take the title. Ha, Captain Pa. What? Hold on. What do you mean, leave this is your ship? You're the captain. And Kuro says, Captain, you take the title. Being a pirate doesn't agree with me anymore. I've had it with this life. Captain Kuro, and Navy ship is coming from the north. Again? It's the 3rd time this week. So he's being bogged down, man. He's tired of all this. Huh? They're firing on us. You see? This is my life. It's just an occupational hazard. We rob, we pillage, they chase. We made ourselves a reputation. And it's our reputation that draws these sharks. Captain Kuro has outlived his usefulness. Django says, Captain, even if you quit the authorities, we'll hound you until the day you die. Then I'll die, and the whole world must know it, Kuro says. Captain Kuro, shall we give the Navy a broadside? No, lower a boat, Kuro says. So, a boat? Kuro's talking to Django about, it's not worth them no more. We're always running. We've created a name for ourselves. They're in the East Blue, so it's not like they're on the Grand Line where there's more devil root fruits, more stronger people. But, I guess it's a different than the Straw Hat Pirates because they are heroes, but they're pirates. But they're not picking fights and pillaging. They actually have morality. But Kuro, he's also being plagued by the company he's keeping. They just want to kill. They just want to pillage. And it's very lowbrow, and he's not feeling it. So what he does, he's like, okay, I'm gonna take Captain Kuro out off the radar, basically say. And the Django's like, well, how is this going to be done? And I'm curious to see how this is going to happen. I mean, I know because I read the chapter, but I guess they already know the Django has the hypnosis powers. Hypnosis. He already can use hypnosis, or he's a hypnotist. So he has the power to brainwash. So you think Kuro planned this out? Yeah, he did. But let me continue. There he goes. What in Neptune's name is the captain up to? He's rowing onto the Navy ship. Does he want to get hanged? And so he leaves his own ship and goes to the Marine ship. The cannon fire has stopped, but it's awful quiet. Reckon he got himself croaked. So the Black Hat Pirate's not even knowing what's going on. They're like, wait, the captain left, got on the boat, and went to the Marine base, or the Marine ship. And so then the Black Hat Pirates are like, ready the cannon, we'll board, prepare to fight, because they think Captain Kuro died at this point, or got captured. And so when they get close, they're in shock. Kuro's just sitting down. The Navy has been massacred. Every single one of them. By itself. Well then, time to try my plan, Kuro says. I know he's our captain, but this gives me goosebumps. Hey, and all of them trained soldiers too. And that is actually the brothers saying this. So I don't know why the brothers thought they can beat Kuro or even get snappy with him, that he might have got soft after 3 years. After they saw him massacre a whole ship by himself. And you needed the help from the Django to zombie boost you. Not the smartest guys, as Kuro says. One pirate. Now, this is shocking. Okay, so, if you know, I'm caught up with the manga. But I'm going to let you know this. I started as an anime watcher watching One Piece. I binged it all the way up to, I think, Wano. And then I started reading the manga. Okay? So, all this stuff is new. I did not remember this section that has happened, okay? This is crazy. I might have to make a captain. I was gonna make. Okay, that's why I say I have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait until we get almost close to the time skip to talk about some of these characters, because I know this backstory. Let's get into it. There's a pirate that's left. Guess who this pirate is? Captain Morgan. Do you see Captain Morgan's on the ground? I was like, is this Captain Morgan? But this is before he had the axe. This is before he had the jaw. Out the whole massacre, when every Marine soldier got killed by Kuro, there is a young Morgan on the ground. I love Oda. And Kuro says, you're still breathing. Such a nice face. He's a very handsome guy. And Morgan's like, I won't beg for my life. If you're going to kill me, then kill me. Kuro puts his foot on top of his face. And breaks his jaw. This is crazy. And Morgan and Kuro looks, you speak well though, for a broken jaw. What a dig. Excellent, Kuro says. You can claim the reward for Captain Kuro of the 1,000 plans. You can claim the reward. Is he about to hypnotize Morgan to think that he killed Captain Kuro? But they're going to need a body, so what are they going to do? Here comes the Django. Your name is Captain Kuro. This massacre was your work. 1 to the Django. And here comes... Okay, so he's hypnotizing. Now, I think this is just a random pirate. The reason why I think this is a random pirate on the Black Hat Pirates, because it can't be a Marine, because he has like the cat, like the slits, like, you know what I mean, like a little, like that, like feline eyes, right? He dressed him with the Captain Kuro's clothes, and the Django brainwashed one of their own people into being Captain Kuro. And so the brainwashed Captain Kuro says, my name is Captain Kuro, my name is Captain Kuro. And the Django then goes to Morgan. This is how strong the Django is. I wonder how he's doing. And you're the man who captured Captain Kuro. One to the Django. Take the prisoner to your base for execution. So this is the whole plan. And this is crazy because we just fought Captain Morgan in Shelltown. So are you telling me the reason why Captain Morgan became a captain when he was a young Marine is because he killed Captain Kuro, but he didn't kill Captain Kuro? You get what I'm saying? So if the Marines actually found out Captain Kuro was alive, then Captain Morgan would never became a captain because they all got massacred. So he looked like a hero. They think Captain Morgan's a hero. That's why he got so much respect. And Captain Morgan thinks that he actually did that, but he didn't actually do that. Wow. That I did not remember this element. That's crazy. So he covered it up because yeah, they know what the pirates look like, I guess, but I haven't seen a bounty poster, so they just dressed them up like him. And wow, man, this is a good plan. And so because Captain Morgan killed them and said this is Kuro, they believed him. Because of course, they're taking pictures and photos or drawing sketches of him. I think they draw sketches of him. Or maybe pictures. But you get somebody similar, they're like, oh no, that's him. Here's the body. Cut back to Captain Kuro. He says, that takes care of it. When this imposter dies, Captain Kuro disappears from the world. And of course, the Django hypnotizes himself because he's yelling, I'm the man who captured Captain Kuro. Back to Kuro. And now with the success of tonight's plan, I'm free to pursue my two goals, wealth and peace of mind. Now he's a free man. Then after that, he found Kaya and her family, killed the parents, and then started his 3 years with Kaya to bring the Django back, to hypnotize Kaya, to then sign the fortune over to Kuro, or Calidor, under Calidor, so he could live happy ever after. That's a sick man. That's a lot of planning. That's a lot of planning. Cut back to present time. Can you understand, Brat? There's no room for error in my 3-year plan. And my plans never go off course. Captain Kuro charges straight at Luffy. Luffy grits his teeth. And for some reason, I think his hand is stuck. Or, while Luffy was on the ground, I'm thinking his arm is stuck because it's like, But actually, he got a boulder and pulled the boulder, and Captain Kuro went into the boulder. All right, let me back that up. So they're having a conversation. Luffy's like, oh shit, he's coming at me. Luffy is already like kind of in like a situation on the ground because he's like, oh shit, because he just got kicked. Luffy seeing him charge at him, because of course Kuro has these knives, and of course he's made of rubber, but the physical damage doesn't really hurt, but slashing does too. Pokemon. So to block him, he pulls the boulder, and the boulder was so big that Captain Kuro goes into it, right? And thank God Luffy used that, because Luffy could have been gutted right there. And Kuro says, so stretching isn't your only talent. Luffy says, nope, I've been training to be a pirate. And he breaks Captain Kuro's right hand. So Captain Kuro went to stab. Luffy picks up the boulder, gets caught in the boulder. Luffy then and breaks the hand. He still has his left hand left. Okay? And now they're like, oh my God, everybody's watching. Yarn, he broke the captain's claws. You say you're retired if you don't want a reputation. Ha! I think this is a misprint. Luffy then tells Kuro, you say you were retired. If you don't want a reputation, you shouldn't be a pirate, and smacks Kuro with the boulder. That's so disrespectful. He breaks Captain Kuro's hand, Freddy Krueger hands, snaps it, and then slaps him with the boulder. That's crazy. And then at the end, he tells him, if you want to compare plans, mine's much bigger to be king of the pirates. Wow. That was a great chapter. So we got, just to recap, we saw the fighting. We learned that actually Luffy can use a combo attacks like pistol with a swipe. What's that one? Gum Gum. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Gum Gum. He has so many attacks. Whip. Okay. So he can do combo attacks like Gum Gum Punch, Gum Gum Pistol, and Gum Gum Whip, which is really cool. So he can punch and do in combination, of course, because those are his strong attacks. But we also learn the backstory of Captain Kuro. That's how you know he's probably going to be defeated in the next chapter or two. Remember, this is still new to me because I had never read the manga early. I just caught up with the anime. So we now know Captain Kuro has this long game plan that, first, the Black Cat Pirates are dumb as hell. They're lowbrow. They're not like elevated pirates. They're not the Shanks crew. They're not, hell, they're kind of like Buggy's crew. Well, not even, yeah, they're like Buggy's crew. They're just pillaging and they're killing people. And Kuro's like, okay, yeah, but now everybody's on me. I think it's different if Captain Kuro had other people on his level that was similar to his strength level. So it maybe was spread, but they're always being attacked by the Marines. So he came out with this plan to ambush a Marine ship. Next time a Marine ship comes after him, he massacres everyone. And the one survivor is Captain Morgan. What that means is Captain Morgan got his title off of a lie. He never killed Captain Kuro. He killed another member of the Black Cat Pirates dressed up like Kuro. And Kuro was able to then change his name to Calidor and go find someone wealthy. How did he find Kaya? We don't know. I still don't remember that. But just that long game plan is really good. Wow. Now we're back in the fight. And I think we're going to be fighting for a few more chapters. But we need to probably have to cut back to the Django and Usopp and Zoro. Because they need to fight. So, yeah. This volume 5 is going to be really good. We have a few more chapters. And then after that, we're going to Baratie. I'm super excited. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you later. This is Dr. Alchemist, M.F.A, Neo Scholar, and Dr. Dictionary, PhD, dissertation. He's not usually here, but I thought it was fun. He was already here while doing the skit. And I'm logging off. See y'all later.